To put that into perspective, a typical 1080p high-definition screen has about 2 million pixels of visual information, whereas a 4K ultra-high-definition display has 8.3 million pixels. So, in order for these bionic vision systems to start resembling what we'll call realistic vision, their bandwidth will need to expand by several orders of magnitude. The Neuralink team has announced that their brain implant chip, which they call the N1 chip, can record from 1,024 channels. For context, this is 10 times the bandwidth of the Utah array. At Neuralink's show and tell event, they announced that the next generation of their chip will have 16,000 channels of bandwidth. If you put one of these chips on each side of your visual cortex, that gives them 32,000 electrodes to deliver visual information to your brain. And with that increased bandwidth, the images that they can create will be much sharper compared to the images from the 100-channel Utah arrays in use currently. The other big innovation with pixels. To put that into perspective,
bro, are we not turning into robots? Don't get me wrong. I like what it can do, the benefits for the people that it'll help, but I can't help but feeling like we're getting turned into a cyborg, fam. They're gonna be able to look through our eyes and our bodies, fam. They're gonna be able to control our
Aaron Fletcher has been preparing for the end of the world for 15 years. He chose to be homeless in his early 20s. Now, he lives in this wagon.
The whole thing is custom built to my body, to the very quarter inch of how tall this is.
And survives off sheep's milk.
Every 400 years, societies collapse.
Oh, that's good.
And we're overdue.
I spent 3 days with Aaron in rural Oregon, documenting his attempt to live completely off-grid.
Yeah. Fresh sheep milk latte. Very creamy.
Aaron says his sustainable solutions could help millions.
And my entire life is a constant, ongoing experiment.
But is this way of life healthy? Or has Aaron taken prepping too far?
Good sheep. Yeah. People walk their dogs through here all the time and stuff.
Mostly everything Aaron owns fits inside the cart he designed himself.
Yeah, bicycle wheels.
It's his bedroom,
Cover up.
his kitchen, and his bathroom.
Literally sit right here and just poop into it.
And then what do you do with the bag?
And then throw it away.
In a garbage can?
Yeah.
Good sheep. You hear her grunting? That's her like a pig, like she's really happy right now.
Most of his diet comes from JC, Happy,
She's like a rebellious teenager.
Rosie,
Thank you, Rosie.
and the animal that pulls his cart,
Rabbit Man! Yeah! He knows his name.
He's just a big love bug. Half gallon of sheep milk provides 2,100 calories. So each sheep can feed 3 people.
He also turns their wool into clothing, using just his hands and a cardboard box to shape the felt.
One sheep fleece is enough to make a full hoodie. And that hoodie is going to be thick, and it'll last like 5 years at least. The very smallest scraps that I have, I use to make patches and to make toilet paper.
Sometimes Aaron hunts wild animals, like raccoons. He cooks on this solar camping oven he bought online.
And they're a combination between a thermos and a greenhouse.
Then I guess I'm going to be eating raccoon for the next week.
I've eaten fox, raccoon, and coyote. I hear possum is really good.
Today he's making ground lamb, seasoned with foraged plants.
Listen, y'all can say what y'all want to say about this dude, but if something happens in the world, I'm going to find him. I'm going to find him. He's a survivor.
Word from right down the road, and this is Purslane.
The meat was a gift from a local farmer. And he tops it all off with cheese aged on his wagon.
And it's probably the equivalent of like a 1-year aged cheddar.
Aaron avoids using money. Instead, he works for local farmers in exchange for food or a safe place to park his wagon.
I'm advertising my main service, which is farm handing and farm sitting.
Go, sheeps, go. Chickens, they love fresh water.
Today, he's cleaning out the chicken coop.
This is the type of job that farms and farmers really don't like to have to do. Open up and close the greenhouse daily. That's pretty much all I have to do in exchange for staying out here. And it takes forever.
He uses YouTube to share his message with others.
Thank you to all my new supporters.
And his channel has started to generate a small but steady income.
I would like for people to take away from this footage that there is an alternative way. There's a more purposeful job for you that has much more time available and much more peace, and it's outside the artificial economies cities. When I'm editing, I edit with just iMovie. I one-handed. I edit entirely one-handed with this thing.
Solar panels allow Aaron to charge his devices on the go.
This is a 150 watt A10 power solar panel.
This is my 500 watt-hour battery that my subscriber sent me.
And for things like his portable freezer,
I've got them plugged into my friend's outlet here.
Aaron's latest idea is turning his sheep's milk into ice cream popsicles.
That's interesting. I put sea salt in it too.
He's headed into town to give out free samples.
People pay $5 a piece for like Haagen-Dazs. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad about trying to charge money.
In this part of Oregon, temperatures can drop below freezing in winter and top 110 degrees Fahrenheit in summer.
Cool, evaporative cooler effect. Since sheep don't sweat, you gotta add the sweat to them.
Once Aaron gets within city limits, it's time to whip out another piece of gear.
I'm gonna pull over right here and put their poop cups on and give them a drink real quick. I forgot to put on their poop cups.
Why do you have to do this?
I don't have to. I just want to keep it sidewalk sanitary and not, give anyone reason to vilify what we're doing.
I respect that. I respect that, what he just said about the poop cups and everything like that. But I'm curious about his health. Like, normally we hear these stories about how people live off the grid and just are in these doomsday modes and stuff like that. But they never talk about their health. So this one kind of briefly mentions that they're going to dive into it. And I hope they go thoroughly in depth, because I've often wondered that. Like, how is your health? How is your body holding up? How, you know what I mean? Do you get sick a lot? What type of things are you doing to remedy those sicknesses if you do have them? Like, I want to know.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh!
That one
Have you tried this?
that one is nothing but my sheep's milk and pear syrup that I harvested from the cut down pear trees on Foss.
It's so hard to find someone who's so open. It makes delicious ice cream. Oh yes! Oh, I'm so happy.
Okay, well if you want to try both.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
But Aaron's relationships with locals aren't always friendly.
He's not a very nice person. Like, he's really aggressive. He's always throwing tantrums and fits. Like, he's just aggro. I mean, I avoid him. I don't know.
Aaron used to live in Ashland, Oregon. At some point, Aaron says the local police started ticketing him for walking his animals in public parks.
I'm gonna write you a ticket, and you
I'm
can
not
tell
taking the
judge.
ticket. I'm not taking the ticket.
You can do whatever you want.
No,
with
I'm
it.
not taking the ticket, and I'm not.
That's fine.
Eventually, the Ashland City Council passed a law requiring special permits to bring any livestock, except horses, into town.
So if Aaron Fletcher gets a horse, he's going to be able to walk it all over town.
That's how Aaron ended up in Talent, which is surrounded by orchards. He built relationships with several property owners who let him stay for free.
Yeah.
But just as he was getting settled, his lifestyle was put to the test in 2020.
Oh my God. Place is on fire.
That September, the Almeda fire blazed through Ashland and leveled Talent's downtown.
It's in our freaking orchard. No, come on. And I'm making better speed than these cars. Trying to evacuate. Keep going. That's really scary. Really scary. And if I hadn't gotten out right then I would have been trapped. Like, our exit would have been engulfed in flames, and we wouldn't have been able to get out.
By the summer of 2022, much of Talent's commercial center remained empty. Many here still live in a trailer park built by the government that was meant to be a temporary housing solution. Aaron says his way of life can offer ideas to people struggling to find a home.
And those people that are in RVs could be happier, healthier, and have more purpose if they had a connection with the local small farmers that need their help right now.
Aaron doesn't talk about his past much, but he didn't always live like this.
Oh yeah, I was raised like everyone else on soda pop and cereal.
He left his parents' home in Kansas City when he was a teenager.
Yeah, I thought that crap was going to hit the fan back 15 years ago when I voluntarily went homeless first. I thought it was going to happen within, weeks or months. And yeah, here it is, 15 years later or so.
At first, he hopped trains with his dog.
I mean, at this point, he's pretty much committed, right? So it's really, what are you going to do at this point? You got to continue to live and believe that it's going to happen, right?
Sam. And he used to dumpster dive for food.
I just dumpstered 24 cases of unexpired hummus and 6 eggs.
About 10 years ago, he got more serious about sustainability. He adopted goats, then sheep, and started trying to get all his food from local sources. Aaron has been getting by with his way of living for years now, but I wanted to know how it's affecting his health. So we hired a local doctor to come give him a checkup.
Hi, Dr. Duncan.
McLean Duncan runs Siskiyou Vital Medicine.
Your oxygen saturation is at 99%, which is perfect. So now we're gonna take your blood pressure. Good. So I got 120/80. Okay, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
It's gurgled.
Nice. I'm taking 6 vials.
Holy shnikes, why?
Well, because we're testing a lot of things on you.
Oh my God. You shouldn't have told me that.
You got a blanket or something we could lay down?
What?
Yeah, where's the...
Here, let's lay your jacket
blanket
down
right
and then
here?
have you lay down. Yep. There you go. Here, buddy. Come on. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Keep his feet up. This is gonna go out. There you go. There you go, dude.
Whoa, wow.
There you go.
I passed out, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a lot of blood, man.
Wow, interesting. I had a dream.
What dream did you have?
I don't know.
I feel pretty good about Aaron. All exams are pretty normal. Great vitals. He's got great looking skin. He's a little bit thin on the body fat, but seems pretty good. We'll find out more in the labs.
We reviewed Aaron's blood tests. Aside from lightly elevated cholesterol, probably because of all that milk and cheese, he has no major health issues. Aaron is not completely self-sufficient.
I have episodes on me going to the food bank in town. Any food that I consume from the artificial economy, I use it as fuel to then refocus on seeking out these weaning ways.
Shortly after we filmed with Aaron, Rosie...
His Joker is living healthier than majority of us. Which should be no surprise, really. You know what I mean? Most of his stuff is natural. He ain't got all these crazy ingredients and a lot of things he's eating. This, another example of what's being put into our food, which is affecting us.
He passed away from bloat, a common cause of death for livestock. But then, Happy had 2 lambs.
Good boy!
And in a new experiment, Aaron raised money from his subscribers to buy a donkey that would help him travel longer distances.
This is Faith the donkey do.
So far, he's had mixed results. The donkey caused a major crash that he caught on his cell phone camera.
No! 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 Oh my gosh. I'm so lucky to be alive. So lucky everyone else.
He's still alive. I'm so lucky they didn't involve traffic.
Aaron Fletcher has sacrificed a lot since he decided to strive to become self-sufficient. But he truly believes that this is the best way he can serve others.
That's all I can do is to try to better all of our hope for the future, and to have help getting that hope out is even more hope.
Has anybody ever called you crazy?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Everyone's a little crazy, but no one's. It's no measure of health It's no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society, and I'm obviously the least adjusted. So I would say that I'm the least crazy of anyone that I know.
We want to take you now to Boise, Idaho, where police are providing an update on the ongoing manhunt for an escaped prisoner and his accomplice. Let's watch.
As well as Director Josh Tewalt of the Idaho Department of Correction. Also present here with me is Ada County Sheriff Matt Clifford. This is but a small representation of the number of different agencies that have assisted in this investigation to this point, and we are grateful for their help. I want to begin today by announcing that right around 2 p.m. this afternoon, following a lengthy investigation, the two suspects who we have been seeking were located in Twin Falls, in the Twin Falls area. There was a short vehicle pursuit, and both suspects were taken into custody separately. There were no shots fired or extensive use of force in this operation, for which we are thankful. Obviously, that just occurred within less than an hour, and so we do not have a lot of details about the arrest right now, but we do have some more information to share with you, and we will be gathering those details and providing them as soon as we possibly can. And we, once again, want to make known, Skylar...
Don't y'all be judgmental. I know a lot of y'all automatically looked at the tattoos and was like, yeah, he looked like he'd be one of the ones that did something like this. I know what y'all was thinking, because I was a little bit thinking it too, but I kind of refrained and kind of suppressed it down.
Mead and Nicholas Umfenauer are in custody. Would like to turn the time now over to Lieutenant Colonel Sheldon Kelly of the Idaho State Police, because this investigation has grown immensely over the last 24 to 36 hours and has involved a number of different entities and crimes across the state of Idaho. And so to speak to some of those and answer questions as well, Lieutenant Colonel Kelly.
Thank you, Chief. Again, my name is Sheldon Kelly. I'm a Lieutenant Colonel with the Idaho State Police. I'm Chief of Operations. First off, I want to thank all the law enforcement agencies across Idaho that have assisted with this. I know it's the Idaho way, but there was an immense collaboration and cooperation all across the state to come to this conclusion. Ever since this incident kicked off, we've had professionals working tirelessly on this issue to get to the point where we are today. Through the course of this investigation, detectives have located the Honda Accord that was used in the escape near Leland, Idaho. Additionally, law enforcement we are investigating 2 homicides at separate locations in Nez Perce and Clearwater counties. These are potentially tied to this incident. Both homicides involve adult males, and detectives are actively investigating. No further information on the homicides is available at this time, and the county coroner will provide identity as well as the official cause of death on those. Like the chief said at the end of this, if you have some questions, if I can't answer them, I will. It is an ongoing investigation, and to not taint that, we're not going to be able to share everything. And now I'd like to let the Director of Idaho Department of Corrections, Josh Tewalt, give an update on his folks.
Thank you, Colonel. My name is Josh Tewalt. I'm the Director for the Idaho Department of Correction. First, just nothing but appreciation for the cooperative effort from federal, state, and local law enforcement throughout Idaho and even neighboring states for their cooperation in helping to bring these two suspects to justice. We were able to share the news moments ago with our 2 staff members who remain in the hospital, and it's safe to say their spirits were lifted. We know, to give you an update on their condition, one of our officers was released from the hospital last evening, while 2 remain in the hospital. They're stable, improving, and I think with today's news, their spirits are lifted. Just to provide a little bit of context on the other suspect who we believe helped Skylar Mead escape and who actively attacked our staff yesterday morning, Nicholas Umfenauer. We'll be posting a little bit more information about his criminal history and time with us at the Department of Correction to our website, and we'll share that to State Police, BPD, as well for them to distribute. But once he was identified as a potential suspect yesterday, our investigators, along with cooperation from other law enforcement partners, began trying to tie him with Skylar Mead. In addition to having both having membership with the Area Knights, they also shared some acquaintances, some common acquaintances, both in custody as well as in the community. Lastly, they did have some housing overlap on and off from December 29th, 2020 to when Mr. Umfenauer was released from our custody on January 17th.
Y'all think this all happened without a guard being somehow involved? I don't know why I think that. Maybe I watch Prison Break too much, but I often think, okay, they had to have some type of help from some type of guard. Somebody kind of turned their back and just let them go. You know, something. It's kind of hard to think just those 2 did all of this by themselves.
Of 2024, that they were both housed at the Idaho Maximum Security Institution, and there was frequent movement in between, but there were times within that time frame where they shared, they were in the same housing unit at our facilities. With that, just again want to express our thanks and appreciation for what was a very tough ordeal for the corrections family, but thanking BPD and their response now over 36 hours ago to the ambush on our staff, but everybody who's offered assistance and put their shoulder into helping bring these 2 suspects to justice.
Thank you, Director. We can't possibly name everyone who helped with this investigation and the last 36 hours, but of particular note, I would certainly like to thank the FBI for their assistance. They have been involved and were also involved in the pursuit and taking into custody of these gentlemen down in Twin Falls area. We appreciate them and virtually every county sheriff's office between here and northern Idaho and across the eastern Idaho.
You've been listening to Idaho officials announce the capture of an escaped inmate and accomplice in Boise. Police confirmed that both suspects were taken into custody this afternoon. No shots were fired. 3 corrections officers were shot and wounded early Wednesday after the inmate and accomplice escaped from a hospital.